Hello and welcome back to Fragrance Talk. Today we have another versus for the channel. Excited about this one. Today's versus is between Creed Aventus Absolu and DIOR Sauvage Elixir. Now, when we do these verses, basically, we pair them up because the fragrances, I believe, can be worn, either they're similar or they can be worn in the same occasion or basically serve the same purpose. Like Milestone and Creed Millesime Imperial, they're very similar, can be worn on the same occasions. So that's how we pair them up here on the verses. So without further ado, we have Absolu Aventus by Creed. Presentation, pretty good. This is the presentation. Not too shabby for the house. I'll go ahead and take this out of here. DIOR Sauvage, it basically had the same kind of similar presentation. I got rid of the box, but it was the whole lift off type deal. This is the bottle. Kidding me. That's the bottle. So let's, for the sake of the verses here, we'll give both fives for the presentation. Got my notes here. Okay, atomizer. Aventus Absolu. Great atomizer from Creed. Nice spread and distribution of the juice. DIOR Sauvage as well. I actually like DIOR Sauvage's atomizer as well. Watch the holes on this bad boy. Look at that. Ooh. It's just a fantastic atomizer, but I give both of them a 5 in atomizers because both are good quality, good spread distribution of the juice. Whew, those openings. Next we have, well, I deviate a bit, the openings. For Creed Absolu Aventus, you get it's not too far-fetched from the Creed's Aventus DNA. Speaking of, let me pull the notes up real quick. Got it queued up here. For Creed Aventus Absolu, we have top notes of grapefruit, bergamot, pink pepper, black currant, pineapple, nutmeg, and cloves. Middle notes are ginger, citron, cinnamon, cardamom, and rose. Base notes are patchouli, vetiver, oak moss, ambroxan, sandalwood, musk, tonka, and evernyl. Yeah, evernyl. Had to look that up. Good fragrance, good fragrance. Definitely get that Creed Aventus DNA in there. Now, DIOR Sauvage Elixir, which was released first, by the way. You have top notes of nutmeg, cinnamon, cardamom, and grapefruit. Middle note is lavender. Base note is licorice, sandalwood, amber, patchouli, and Haitian vetiver. Now, I'm not going to say, again, the Elixir was released in 2021. Absolu was released in 2023. I'm not going to say it was a clone or anything like that, but, I'll just be honest. I think both of them, I think they're similar. I think the Creed Absolu is definitely similar, and I had never smelled anything quite like DIOR Sauvage Elixir when it first came out. Actually, the Sauvage Elixir, this is one of the first fragrances that I happened to saw it in the store, and I sprayed it, and this is one of those love at first sniffs for me. It was unique, and I bought it on the spot, which I rarely do. Normally I do my research on it. So, but moving on. Performance. Both perform pretty good. However, I had to give a slight edge to the Elixir from Dior. It's almost beast mode. So the Absolu Aventus got the 4 in that category, and DIOR Sauvage Elixir got 5. As far as long lasting, both of them. Shoot, I have to watch the trigger on that Sauvage Elixir. So you're gonna get 6 hours. It's gonna remain on your clothes more than likely. I'm confident saying to the next day. So both of them are pretty well long lasting fragrances. The Sauvage Elixir just edges out Absolute in that category. Uniqueness, again, the DIOR Sauvage Elixir came out first. Therefore, I gave that one a 5 in that category, and a 4 to the Aventus, just because I think that it was definitely inspired by the Dior version. Next, my notes have projection. Projection's pretty good on both. I gave the Aventus Absolu a 4 and the Dior a 5 simply because, and I might alter that because both of them are pretty good powerhouses. I give both of them a 5 in that. So that changes the score up a little bit, a little closer. So that would leave them roughly 23 points for the Aventus and 25 for the DIOR Sauvage Elixir, edging it out a bit in my opinion. But what really swayed my recommendation was the price point, to be honest with you. I have the 75 mil, which the Creed Boutique no longer carries. You can get this one in 50 and 100 mil. To make this comparable, again, this is the 2 ounce, which is basically 60 milliliters, give or take. So we got 60 milliliters here, 75 here. They still carry the 2 ounce on the Dior site, which is, to make this concise, for 2 ounces, 2 fluid ounces, it's going to cost you $199 from retailers. No, that's straight off Dior's website. And for the Absolu Aventus, for the closest bottle size, which is 50 ml. Yeah, 50 ml. It's going to cost you $450. So that's double, a little more than double. So that definitely swayed my recommendation. The Absolu Aventus is one of the highest fragrances that I've ever purchased. It's a great fragrance. Both fragrances are phenomenal. But again, I think these two can be worn in the same occasions. Hey, they fit the criteria for dress up or dress down. I can be rocking a tie or a t-shirt, and both fragrances would do just fine in the cooler spring months, fall and winter. So I look forward to wearing these as the temperature cools off a little bit outside. Both, in my opinion, are similar. It's just basically you get the to me, the Absolu Aventus, you get that Aventus DNA a little more throughout the entire fragrance. With the DIOR Sauvage, I have all of them except the EDT, and with this one, you get a hint of that DIOR Sauvage DNA, but to me, this is almost a fragrance in that line, flanker, almost dang on there on its own. So I like this one. The Parfum is my favorite DIOR Sauvage out of the EDT, EDP, and the Parfum. But I think the Elixir is just on its own. This is my favorite DIOR Sauvage fragrance then, if you want to consider this a true flanker from that particular line. So with that being said, to bring this home, I definitely recommend the DIOR Sauvage Elixir over the Creed Absolu Aventus, just simply due to the price point. Both phenomenal fragrances though. You know, if you want to be a little more exclusive, you know, go for the Absolu Aventus. But I think Sauvage Elixir will do you just as fine in those same type settings. Appreciate your time. Take care of yourself. I was excited about that one. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next Fragrance Talk. Oh yeah, the room smells fantastic. I gotta get to it. See you all in the next one. Peace.